Okay, I think I'm live. This is so crazy. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you've been here before, this is my first live stream, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of just wait, I guess, a couple seconds here. This is probably all the people that are gonna show up because I'm a super new channel. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about some book things. I think that this is probably pretty horrible quality because my webcam on my computer is not good at all. But yeah, so welcome to Saturday Coffee Chats. I have my coffee right here. I hope you have your coffee. I just had to go heat it up because I couldn't wait until 9 o'clock to actually make it. So, but yeah, so I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day so far, and we're just gonna kind of jump into it here. But let's see. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was just like bookish personalities and book types. So I found this little graphic on Pinterest. I don't know how to like share it, but I'm gonna see if I can bring it up here. So they were talking about like different types of readers, and I feel like people can totally be like a combination of, you know, a bunch of different types of readers. Like I know I'm totally a combination of so many different types of like bookish personalities, but there were so many good ones. So one of them was the person who finishes books too soon, and I can totally relate to that because I'll pick up a book and like it'll be, I don't know, let's say like 400 pages, and I'm so excited about it. Like Throne of Glass was totally it was totally one of those books for me, and it was, I don't know, like 4 something, and I finished it in like a day, and I was so sad when it was over because it was such a great book. And there's so many books like that. I mean, Harry Potter is such a good example because Harry Potter, like the first 2 books are so short, and like if you go back and reread them now, it's literally like you can finish them in less than a day. Like it's so crazy. So, but yeah, I don't know. Am I supposed to like write something in the comments on this live stream? I don't know. Am I supposed to say hi? Hi to like all 3 people that are here. But yeah, so that was the first one, was finishing books too soon. I hope you can't hear me like fumbling around with this mouse trying to click on stuff. But the second one was the book collector. So I'm like a wannabe book collector. I don't collect like as a hobby, but I would love to. I mean, it costs a lot of money, but I love like seeing people's book collections. I don't know why I'm holding this pen. I love seeing other people's book collections, like especially if they're especially if they're Harry Potter. Like I mean, how could you tell? But I love Harry Potter. So, I mean, that's not really out of the ordinary. I feel like everyone who reads, I mean, I don't want to generalize and say like everyone, but I feel like most people who read like Harry Potter. But yeah, so the second one is book collector. So I don't think I even own 2 copies of this. Oh no, that's a lie. I have a hardcover and a paperback of one of the I Am Number 4 novels, but that was not, the reason is not because I collected it. It's because I got it for, what did I get it for? I got it for like either birthday or Christmas or something. I got like a second copy of it, which is totally chill. So I am not a book collector. I did just order though. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. So I just ordered a copy of the Philosopher's Stone in like the house edition. So I got it in the Ravenclaw edition, and I'm honestly so excited. It's like the 20th anniversary edition of the Harry Potter books. They don't have them all released yet. I believe they have 5 of them. I think the most recent one just came out on the 11th of June. And yeah, I'm so excited to get that actually. It's so crazy though, because I ordered it from Chapters and it says it's going to take like 3 weeks to ship, and it's already been a week and I just want it so bad. I mean, like, it's not even going to be for reading though. It's literally just for like it's literally just going to hang out on my shelves and be pretty. So also, like, can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me, because I honestly, like, I don't even know what's going on right now. So let me know if you can hear me, because I don't know. It looks like it's working, but anyways, so that's the second one. I'm trying to, is the chat even on? I have no idea. What is this? Okay. So the second one is, I know we just talked about the second one. Number 3 is the borrower but never returns. I would never do that to someone, because, like, I just feel like that's so sad. Like, I would never want to take someone's book and not return it. Like, if someone did that to me, I would be so sad. Like, who does that? I don't know. Also, I feel like this live chat isn't working. I have this up on, like, my phone just because I wanted to make sure that it was working and that everything was fine and I can see myself. But I don't know. Here, maybe it's because I'm not in the app. I don't know. But oh no, it is working. Okay, cool. I think. I don't know. But so yeah, like, I don't know, who borrows books and doesn't return them? That's so awful. Okay, what is the next thing? Lives in the bookshop or library. That's number 4. If I could, I would. Like, as a kid, every time I walked into Chapters, I was like, I could live here. Like, I could just live here and I would never have to leave. I will drink Starbucks and I will read, and that's it. That's all I need in my life. Like, I don't know. I feel like every bookish person is like that, though. Like, who doesn't want to live in a bookstore? Like, that's my dream. Like, I'll just go and I'll just read until I can't read anymore. Who else is like, I would love to just be able to consume every book, like, on the planet. Like, I just want to read everything there is to read. And I know that's impossible, but, like, can it not just be, like, my life goal to just read every book ever? Because, I don't know. I just want that for myself, Let's see. What was the next one? There's so many good ones on here. Number 5, takes forever to choose a book. I can be like that, but I don't know. I don't want to say that I am like that, but I definitely can be. Like, I'll get into moods where I just, like, know what I want to read. But then sometimes I just, like, don't know at all. Like, I'm on the website, I'm on Chapters, and I just, like, can't figure out. I'm like, what do I want to read? Like, I just have, I just have no idea. And I'll just, like, scroll through the books and I don't know. But, like, right now, I have way too much to read. Like, I'm reading Throne of Glass. Oh, okay, hold on. This just came in the mail the other day, and I was so freaking excited. The only thing I'm so mad about is there's no pronunciation guide in the back, and I'm just like, I was talking to someone I know, and they were like, yeah, so she started off, anybody who's read these books, they know what I'm talking about, but they're like, yeah, the main character started off with a name that was hard to say, but then it got even harder to say later. And there was no pronunciation guide in the second book, which was Crown of Midnight. And there's no guide in this one. So I literally had to look it up because I was like, I don't want to spend the entire book saying this person's name wrong. Or just, like, you know how sometimes you read a book and you just kind of, like, skip over the name and you just, like, kind of, like, blank it out in your head so you don't have to say it. That's kind of what I, like, started off doing. And I was like, no, I need to be able to pronounce this. So there's that. And then so I'm reading that series right now. There's 8 books in that series. I've read 2. This is number 3. And so I literally just have so much to read right now. I'm reading that. I'm rereading Twilight because Midnight Sun is coming out. And I also just bought, this was in one of my book hauls, but this is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is like 1,500 pages. I don't know when I'm going to have time to read that, but, like, I'm going to do it at some point, I guess. Let's see. Okay, what was I even talking about? Takes forever to choose a book. Okay, never completes but still buys more. I feel like everyone who reads is like that to an extent. Why am I slouching so much? Oh my gosh. I feel like everyone who reads is kind of like that. Like, I definitely have, like, a large TBR. Oh, Jason Chapman says, my live stream is working very well. Sound quality is great. That's good. I was scared it was going to be kind of echoey because this is a spare room and it's like pretty empty, but that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know how people like put comments up on the screen sometimes, and I don't know how to do that. I'm like I don't know what I'm doing. Also the sun just came out and I feel like I'm like a vampire. Like I'm just like, no. I opened the window because it was like cloudy out this morning and I was like, oh, that's gonna be super good for this stream because like when it's too sunny, it just like I'm so pale that it just like glares off me. That sounds so ridiculous, but it's so true. But yeah, it's getting sunny out again. It's supposed to storm here today, so I'm super excited about that. I love storms. Right, never completes but still buys more. I don't never complete. Like I totally complete books all the time. Like the only times that I don't complete books is when I like really, really don't like them. Like I don't know. I can't even think of a book that I didn't finish recently. I've like talked this to death, but I almost didn't finish Six of Crows, but I did. And then I bought the sequel. So it couldn't have been that bad if I bought the sequel, right? Okay, number 7 is buys only for the pretty cover. That is not me. Like I don't like look at books and be like, oh, I like that cover, I'm gonna buy it. But I definitely look at books and be like, oh, I don't like that cover, so I'm not gonna buy it. I mean, like, come on, you know that the covers influence your choice of books so much. Like, I don't know. I just love like, oh, you know what I'm super disappointed in? This is kind of off topic, but this book, Twilight, this is like the movie cover, as you can tell, by Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart. And then my other 3 books, so I have New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, all with like the original covers. So this one's supposed to have like the apple on it or whatever, like with the hands, and it drives me nuts. But they have this like new box set that they've come out with, and it's like a white box set. I think it just has like the original cover art on it. It is so beautiful. Like if it wasn't like, I think the paperback one is like $90, but I just can't justify it because it's like I have a perfectly good set right here. So I mean, whatever, but it's really nice. Go check it out if you have never looked at it because it is really cute. Number 8 of the reader types is reads 24/7. That totally used to be me. Like I used to read pretty much in all of my free time. And I mean, that was in high school, but then I went to university and then I literally didn't read pretty much for my entire time at university. I did 4 years of university and I literally didn't read. I don't even know if I finished a book in those 4 years. Isn't that insane? That I went from reading all the time and like I could finish, like I was just reading like literally 24/7. And then in university, it was just like, I just stopped completely. It was really crazy actually. Like so I graduated and now that I just like work a regular job, it's kind of like, wow, I have like all this, I don't want to say I have all this free time because anybody who has a regular job knows that like you still don't feel like you have free time, but it's completely different than like taking like a full course load and working a part-time job and like trying to study and actually pass things. So, but yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I do. I feel like I have a lot more free time now, but at the same time, I don't, you know. Also, I better drink this coffee before it gets cold, I guess. I was gonna get my like Harry Potter mug. I have 2. My boyfriend got me this awesome Harry Potter mug for my birthday 1 year. It's like black, and then when you fill it with hot water, when you fill it with a hot beverage, it like turns into the Marauders map. It is so cool. It's super awesome. The water has to be like really hot though. So I think it would work better for tea because like if you just like brew like coffee in it, like it still does like the change thing on the cup, but it's like a little bit less like, I don't know. It's slower. But anyways, what was I talking about? I honestly have no idea. Okay. Oh, reading slumps. Yeah. So I went through like a 4-year reading slump. And then this girl that I worked with, she gave me A Court of Thorns and Roses to read. She lent it to me. And I gave it back because I don't keep people's books and never give them back. But so I read that the whole series, like what's out. I read Court of Thorns and Roses, Court of Mist and Fury, and Wings and Ruin, and then Frost and Starlight. So I read those, and I was completely dragged out of my reading slump. Like, it was so good. Now I've just read so much. Like, let me check my Goodreads. I read, like, I swear last year I read 10 books. I had a reading goal on my Goodreads. What is your reading goal on your Goodreads, by the way? Because I have seen people with, I mean, if you have Goodreads, I don't want to like assume everybody uses it, but I've seen people who literally their reading goal is so insane. Like, it'll be like 100 books or something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like how do you do that? How do you have time for that? I envy that, because my reading goal for this year, I was very conservative because last year I just completely failed. Last year, I think my reading goal was, this is taking forever to load. I'm not even on the right page. What is occurring right now? Reading challenge. This year, my goal is 20 and I'm at 12. So it says I'm 3 books ahead of schedule. And something else I was going to ask you guys. So if you reread a book, do you count it towards your Goodreads goal? Because I feel like I'm like cheating. Like I'm rereading Twilight right now. And I'm like, do I count this towards my Goodreads goal? Because I literally feel like I'm cheating at my goal. So I don't know. But yeah, I am at 20. I'm not at 20. I'm at 12 out of 20. And I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, someone commented. I feel that reading slump going into my 5th year of undergrad, and this summer I'm making sure I read, and I plan to make time just to read during school. What are you taking in school? Because I'm super interested. Are you just like 50? Oh my gosh, your reading goal Kat says her reading goal on Goodreads is 50. That's crazy. I mean, that's probably totally doable for a lot of people, and I applaud you, because I'm gonna make 20 this year for sure. Like, I'm determined to make 20, because if I don't, I'm gonna be really disappointed in myself. I think I'm on a good roll of books right now though. So yeah, that 50. Yeah, I feel like I definitely did that when I was in high school. But yeah, reading slumps. I don't know. I really hope I never get in that bad of a reading slump again, because like university is terrible for your reading. Like, you're reading textbooks all the time, right? So you don't want to read for fun, because you're so exhausted from reading textbooks all the time. Like, I know I was like, I was in like a humanities degree, so like everything is reading and like essays and stuff. Like, it's not like, I mean, I'm sure if you were in sciences too, or anything that's like more kind of like technical, I'm sure that it would be the same. Like, you're doing a lot of reading and stuff, but I feel like the humanities are like really, really like textbook heavy. So let's see. I think that's it for like the reading, different types of readers. So that was the first thing that I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to chat about that because I just found like a graphic and I thought it was really funny. And it was just so relatable. Like, do you ever go on Pinterest and just like look up book stuff, and it's literally just the most relatable thing ever? Like, I don't know. I feel like it just always is. Also, this is totally a side note, but I thought this was going to be really hard to talk for like a long time, and it's already been 20 minutes and I don't even know. Like, it's totally fine. I was so nervous about doing this stream. I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be so terrible, but it's fine. Okay, this is something else I wanted to talk about. Do you guys have any bookish tattoos? Because I've been wanting one for so long, and I'm like, I mean, obviously, like, I was obsessed with Harry Potter as a kid, so I would love to get a Harry Potter like tattoo. And someone I know got the Deathly Hallows symbol, and it's actually so awesome. But like, I feel like I want something a little bit like different. Not that the Deathly Hallows symbol, like, not that I don't like it, I really do. But I don't know. I was thinking about getting like a phoenix, and I thought that would be really cool, because it's Harry Potter-ish, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's not like outright Harry Potter. So like, if somebody like saw it, they wouldn't automatically be like, oh, that's Harry Potter. I mean, I guess like the Deathly Hallows symbol, if you don't know what Harry Potter is, you're not going to be like, oh, that's Harry Potter. But anyways, yeah. So I was watching some videos the other day. Someone had so many, I can't remember who it was, but somebody had so many bookish tattoos, and I was like, I want to be that. Like, how ridiculous though would I look like with a tattoo sleeve? Like, I'm not a tattoo sleeve kind of girl. I feel like that would be such a weird thing. But Kat says, I have classes that give me 4 to 10 books in some classes. I study classics, so ancient Greece and Rome and Egypt, so I barely have time to think. Sometimes also with a job. Yeah, I know. I was the same way. Like I did a criminology degree, which definitely is not as reading heavy as classics. I didn't take any classics courses, but I know how reading heavy that can get. Yeah, I don't know. Like it was tough to find time. Like you said, especially with a job, like it's honestly crazy. Like I don't know how people keep up with reading during university. Like I could barely keep up with my textbook reading. But yeah, I think it would be cool to get a bookish tattoo or a writing type tattoo. Yeah, like ever since I was young, not young, but like I don't even know, what does that even mean? Like I'm 22. Like when I say when I was young, people are like, you're still young, and it's true. But like when I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 17 when I was like seriously thinking about getting a tattoo. And then I was like, what can I get that's like to do with like books or writing? And I just like didn't know. And so I just like never decided on anything. But I'm pretty partial to the Phoenix tattoo. Like I have like a specific one in mind also. Like it's not just like, I'm not just like, oh, I want a Phoenix tattoo. Like it's something like pretty specific. So I like looked the designs up and like I found one that I liked. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, like it's so scary though, because like I don't have any tattoos, so I'm kind of like, what if I hate it? Like what if, or not like when it's done, what if I hate it, but like what if I hate it when I'm, I don't know, in like 5 years, like what if I don't like it anymore? I don't know. Is that like, but I feel like at the same time, I'm like, I kind of don't really care. Like it's just a tattoo. Like people make such a big deal out about it sometimes, and I do get it. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, whatever. Like if I don't like it, I don't like it. Like whatever. Like get it in a place that you can like cover it up if you hate it. But let's see. Oh, my phone's dying. Big surprise. Yeah, so I really want at some point to get a Harry Potter one. I feel like that would be my first one, but after reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, I really want a night court tattoo, and I've seen so many of them and I just love them. I really want, like, to the stars who listen, like, and when I say like I low-key want one, I mean I really, really want one. And yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with it. But at the same time, I'm like, is this just like, because Harry Potter isn't like a phase. Like Harry Potter is my life, but with Avatar, I'm like, is this just a phase? Like, am I only gonna like this for a while and then I'm gonna be like, why did I get this tattoo? But whatever. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, I have so much stuff. I just made a list of like a bunch of things that I wanted to talk about, and I was like, yeah, this is fun. I don't know if I'm going to do any like sprints. I personally right now, I don't have it because I know this is like an authortube, booktube kind of like hybrid thing. I don't know if any of you guys actually want to do sprints. If you came here for sprints, let me know and we can totally do one. I might just read, and then because I have editing to do, but I feel like this is not a good setting for me to edit in because I am kind of just like, you know, I'm trying to do my first live stream and I feel like editing right now would be really tough. But if you do want to do any sprints, let me know and we can totally do one. Because I'm not sure how exciting listening to me ramble about book stuff is. But so, yes, we talked about bookish tattoos. Oh, yeah. So I found this thing, and it was like one of the biggest problems that book lovers have is, do you want to buy the whole series and risk not liking it, or just buy one and then regret it because you need the rest of them immediately and you can't get them, you'll have to wait? And like, this is literally the worst thing. I do this all the time. So I did this with Throne of Glass, and I pretty much knew I was going to like it because it's Sara J Maas and I love her. If you don't love her, I'm sorry. I mean, I just talk about her all the time. But so I was like, should I just buy the whole series? And I'm like, yeah, let's get like this box set that's like, it was like $130 or something. And I was like, well, I'm probably not going to do that because, like, again, I was pretty sure that I was going to like it, but I was like, what if I don't though? And then I'm going to spend $100 on books that I like don't want. But now I love it. And I have bought the first 3, and I actually bought the 4th one as well. But so that's Queen of Shadows. But Queen of Shadows is a signed edition, and it like literally wasn't even any more expensive than the regular hardcover. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm just gonna get the signed edition, and it's gonna take like 3 weeks to ship though. So yeah, let's see. You'll have to, Kat says, I'll have to add that book series to my TBR. If you're talking about Throne of Glass, do it. It is honestly incredible. And also, these covers, these just like look so good on my shelf. Like, I don't want to be vain, but like they do. Sarah Reads Book says, I just started listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, is it like as an audiobook? I've actually never listened to an audiobook. That's like another thing about me. I don't know. I've just like, it's not that I like am against them. I just have never done it. So I should probably do that. But honestly, A Court of Thorns and Roses, I cannot give it enough praise. Like, I will talk about it until I die. So yeah, highly, highly recommended. That is so exciting though. Do you ever like have a book series that you just wish you could go back and read again for the first time? Harry Potter. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's like 15 hours long. It's 15 hours? That's crazy. I don't even think it took me that long to read it, to be honest. I read it like in a day, but yeah, wow, 15 hours. Well, okay, when you get to the third one, it's going to be way longer than that because the third one is 800 pages, I think. No, 700, sorry. It's 700 pages. So the third one is going to be incredibly long. Do you like it? Do you like it so far? I don't know how far in you are. I guess you said you just started, but let's see, what else do we have here? Sorry, I'm just reading these comments. I'm so excited that people are actually here. I didn't really know like what was gonna happen here. Because like I said, I've never done a live stream. So I was like, I don't know if people are actually like gonna be in on this or if I'm just gonna sit here and talk to myself for an hour. But this is so exciting. Let's see. Okay, I have like more topics here. I didn't go in order. I'll do like another list one, I guess. So there was just this cute little thing. It's like things book lovers do. So one of them is read several books at one time. And like, I don't know. I don't think everybody does this, but I definitely do. Like right now I'm reading Twilight. I'm reading Crooked Kingdom. I'm reading Heir of Fire. And yeah. So, I mean, I definitely do that. It is kind of hard though to keep like track, I guess. Like, I feel like my brain is not what it used to be. And like, I can't properly read books like that anymore, but I try. Sarah Reads Book said, yes, it's a bit long-winded in parts, but I'm enjoying it. Farah just got to the estate. Yeah, oh man, it definitely can be. And I feel like, especially with fantasy, like sometimes you get those long descriptions in parts where like, either it's not necessarily needed or you're just honestly like, it's such a long description of like either setting or like character or like backstory, and then you're kind of just like tired of reading it at the end. But yeah, oh, that's exciting. I'm so excited for you, honestly. Number 2, has a stack of books to read next. I mean, who doesn't have a stack of books to read next? Like if you have some TBR somewhere that's just looming over you being like, you need to read me and not buy any more books. But you know what you do? You still go and buy more books. I have bought so many books during the time that I've been at home. Like, honestly, this was my excuse to get back into reading and, you know, like, just buy books. I just don't even care anymore. I'm like, it's educational. Books are educational. Like, I just justify spending on them. Like, you know how, like, you just can't feel bad about spending money on like groceries because it's like you need groceries to live. Like you have to eat. So it's like I feel the same way with books. I'm like, but it's educational. Okay, things book lovers do. Number 3, keeps a running list of more books to buy. Yes, like right now, I just want so many books. Have any of you read the Cruel Prince series? Because I really, really want to try it out. And I don't like, I've heard so many great things about it, but I also heard great things about Six of Crows, and I was kind of just like, like it was like a 3 or like a 3.5. I don't want to like, please don't come at me if you liked it. Like I do like it. But yeah, Cruel Prince or The Cruel Prince. I don't know. I always do that. I like drop the because I don't know. But I've heard that series is really good, and I think it's YA fantasy. But I have it in my cart right now on chapters. Kat Washer says, so even though I haven't been reading because college reading slumped, I've still been buying books. My pile has built over the 4 years. Oh, literally though. Like, it's just, that's the worst too, when you know you don't have time to read, but you find these book series, especially being on booktube. Like, you just hear about new books like all the time. It's just like an influx of like a never ending stream of like this book, this book, this book. So, I mean, yeah, like my pile since starting booktube has been insane. But yeah, still been buying books, even though you can, I know it's real. It's a real problem. Oh yeah, keep a running list of more books to buy. Yeah, so Cruel Prince is totally one of them. I'm going to slowly buy the 20th edition or anniversary edition of the house editions of the Hogwarts. The Hogwarts! What am I even saying? I'm going to buy the Harry Potter books. I think you guys understand. So I've only bought one of those, and it's not even here yet. But if and when it comes, I hope that they don't be like it's out of stock and then it doesn't ship, because I'm literally gonna cry. Yeah, running list of more books to buy. I mean, that white edition of Twilight, oh my gosh, I can't even. It's so pretty. Also, okay, I need to talk about this because I spent all morning searching the internet. Oh my gosh, I haven't been drinking my coffee. So I spent all morning searching the internet for, I feel like you guys will know what this is immediately. They're pretty like, oh, these are really warm. Shoot, these have been sitting behind my computer and the fan is like blowing super hot air on them. Oops. Okay, so these are the Mortal Instruments books that I have. I have number 1, 3, and 6. Don't ask. I'm pretty sure I've read 1 and 3. I don't know if I skipped 2 or like what happened. But okay, if you can see, I have like the movie cover of this one. What is your guys' opinion on movie covers? Because this one is actually really nice. Like it really fits with the rest of these, even though it's not the same. Like they have this kind of like metallic-y kind of like sheen on them, and I really enjoy it. I think they're really beautiful. But typically for me, movie covers are just something that I don't enjoy because for me, like movie and book, it's separate. Like don't try and like meld them, and like don't try and like market the books to people who have watched the movie. Like, I mean, like, yeah, if you've watched the movie and you want to like, if you want to go read the books, that's great. But like, I feel like that's, I don't know. I don't like it. So here's my issue. So I spent the entire morning like looking on websites to try, because these are paperback. I don't know why I said that. Like obviously you can tell they're paperback, but this is like the first edition US cover of these books. Now they have this like new cover, and they don't sell the paperback of these first edition US covers anymore. So I've been searching around trying to find covers that match these, because I actually want to read this series. Because I can't remember if I've actually read it or not or what, but I really want to read these, but I don't have them all, and I can't find the paperback covers, and I'm so sad because these are so beautiful and I don't like new covers. Like I said, I will not buy a book if I don't like the cover, because I'm a snob. No, I'm not. I'm not a book snob, but like if I'm going to pay money for it, like you might as well like it, right? Like, I don't know. Okay, what else? Number 4. Yeah, feeling happy when you remember you get to read a book later. That was literally me when I was like a kid. We'd be at like some, like, I don't know, we'd be somewhere, or like I'd be at school or like at a family event or something, and I'd be like, oh, I get to read a book when I get home. Like, I don't know, you just like, it's such like a fun activity reading. I don't know. But did anyone ever like get super excited for like, if you had free time during school to like read? I used to love that. We used to have like, I don't know what they called it, like silent read time. I swear that's what it was called. But we used to have like silent read time, and I used to just live for that. Like it was my favorite. Let's see. Also, I was gonna do this live stream last weekend, and then I got sunburned and my face just looked ridiculous, and I was like, I can't. I couldn't even film a video. I had to like wait until it kind of like faded a bit because it was honestly ridiculous. I had like a line here from like my glasses. It was bad. I was outside for like an hour. That's just, like I said, I'm pale. What's the next one? Number 5, feeling sad and lost when you finish a great book. I have recently come to know that this is called a book hangover, apparently. I don't drink, so I don't get real hangovers, so I get book hangovers. But 100% had that after Court of Thorns and Roses. after Throne of Glass, I had to wait until Crown of Midnight came. So I had it after that because I was like waiting for like a week for Crown of Midnight to come. And I was like, I can't wait anymore. Like I didn't know what to do with my life. And you know, when you finish a good book, then you can't figure out what to read after because you're scared that everything is going to just like disappoint you. That was totally me. I was like, I don't know what to do with my life and I don't know what to read. And I'm just going to not read for a couple days. Number 6 is pausing to, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Pausing to appreciate a beautiful sentence. That is such a thing. I mean, that's why my books have so many tabs in them. I don't annotate, like I don't write in them because that honestly horrifies me a little bit, as well as dog earing. I can't. But like I just put sticky tabs in where there's lines that I really like or whatever. Like there's just so many, I don't know. I just love doing that. I love being able to go back and like read it and just like I get all happy when I read a line that I like. It's just really fun. I'm trying to think of an example right now. I know that in the Moral Instruments, there's a line where I can't remember who says it. I want to say that it might not even be something that's said out loud. It's either Clary or Jace, whatever. But it's like we all love what's beautiful and broken. And I know that oh wait, do I have it tabbed in here? Oh my gosh, I might have. No, this seems really early in the book to have that tabbed in here. Hold on. Well, I have a tab in this one. I don't even know. It might not be in here. I think I'm just crazy. Is that even a line from these books? I swear it is. I swear. No. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's in here. I can like Google it. I won't right now, but ouch. Ow, I just like, ow. Okay, so that's something from those books. But yeah, I just like love, isn't it so satisfying just like reading such a great line like that? Like, I just love it. Number 7, seeing the cover of an old book and being transported to your childhood. That's such a thing. I mean, like Harry Potter, obviously. Has anyone here read Fable Haven? I can't remember who it's by, but that is an incredible series. It's like a fairy thing. It's like, I think it's this like brother and sister, and they discover this like magical world of fairies or whatever. I love those books. They are amazing. I even have them, like I still have them, even though they're kids' books. I would read them again. Not gonna lie. So that's definitely, and that's not necessarily like childhood. I think I read those when I was like maybe like 10 or 11. I don't remember. Number 8, finding joy and comfort in reading an old book. That is such a thing. Like if you read an old book, it's just so great. Like reading Twilight right now, I feel like I'm just so like, I don't want to be like, it's just like so peaceful to read, you know, like, and not because I know what happens in the story, because do you ever read a book and you know exactly what happens in the story, but it doesn't matter. You're reading it again, you're still reading it and you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm still wanting something to like not happen the way it did, knowing full well that it's going to happen, which is ridiculous, but I don't know. Also, I painted my nails yesterday and they're already chipping. Like, what is this? Number 9, this is the last one. Walking into a library or bookstore and saying, I could live here. Like I said before, I did this all the time as a kid, literally. Like every time I walked into chapters, I was like, I could live here. I would just live here. They used to have, I don't know if you have chapters where you live. It's like a worldwide thing, I think. But chapters used to have beanie bag chairs. So in like the aisles, especially in the kids section, they used to have these big giant beanie bag chairs and like you could just go and sit and read in them. They took them out. I mean, have you guys noticed that in bookstores, they've taken out places that you can sit? Because I feel like people were just going and like reading books and like not really buying as much as they wanted them to. I don't know if that's actually a thing or if I just made that up, but so there's that. Yeah, they used to have beanbag chairs and like I would just sit and read and yeah, it was amazing. Okay, let's see. So we've gone through a bunch of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, so, okay. Kat says, every time, I've never been to chapters or heard of it till I started watching more authortube and booktube. That's crazy. Where do you buy books? What's your like bookstore that you have where you live? Like, are you like in the States? I know they have like Barnes and Nobles in the States. They don't have that in Canada. We don't have that. We had McNally Robinson's for a little bit. I feel like that's a pretty like well-known one too. I think we still have a couple, but the one that was closest to me it got shut down. But yeah, never heard of Chapters. That's crazy. I mean, it's not really crazy. I know there's different bookstores everywhere, but you know what I love though? Like, I mean, Chapters is very like big, like chain bookstore, obviously, but like I love like little, I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's kind of like Starbucks versus like a little cafe, like big bookstore, like chain bookstore versus like a smaller bookstore. I love going into like small bookstores where it's like, I don't know. I just think it's cute. We don't really have any of those around here though. I can't even think of like a small, like not like chain bookstore that I would go to. Like, I don't even know. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh yeah. So you know I was talking about a series that you weren't sure if you were gonna like, so you just bought one book and then the town next to one I grew up in has a store called Horizon Books. Oh, Horizon Books, that's fun. Oh, Barnes and Nobles, I knew it, yeah. Oh, Sarah says hi. Good morning. I'm so excited you're here. Yeah, we're just talking about bookstores. So yeah, Barnes and Nobles. I know that. Is it Barnes and Noble? Oh, I always said Barnes and Nobles. That's so stupid. Yeah, Barnes and Noble. I have been there a couple times when I traveled down to the States, but I definitely haven't been there a ton. But yeah, I don't know. Like what did you say? Horizon Books? That's cool. That sounds like a little cute little store. But yeah, Barnes and Nobles is huge though. I mean, so is Chapters. It depends on the one you go to, I guess. But yeah, right. So the book series, what book series did you guys think that you were going to like, maybe not like, and ended up buying only one of them and then regretting it? Because 100% for me, that was Throne of Glass. Sarah says, I'm a big fan of Barnes and Noble and half-price books. Oh, I've never heard of that. That sounds intriguing. I mean, half-price books. Why not? Kat says they've got a cafe area where you can work on stuff and read. It's nice. Yeah, that's what I like about like the smaller kind of bookstores, because usually they're not so commercialized, right? Like the whole point of them isn't just to have you go there. Wow, my hand looked really weird there. It's not just to like have you go there and buy books, right? Like they know that people want to kind of like sit and hang out, so that's super cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's awesome. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, okay. So I found this. I guess like it's not really a meme because there's no pictures, but it's like the worst thing is when you're reading a really good book that follows multiple characters' stories and you love it 90% of the time until it periodically switches back to the one character's story that you could not care less about, and it's like an entire chapter of internal groaning while waiting for the plot to switch back to a character that you actually care about. And that was totally me in Throne of Glass with Caltaine. Again, like if you guys have read that, you know. But I honestly disliked her so much, and every time I got to a part where it was in her point of view, I was just like, get me out of here. Like, I don't want to read this. And like, I just had such a just sheer hatred for her, and like, I didn't like her at all. That's that. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, this is totally like a bookish quirk, skipping lines and then like getting to, and then getting like to the part in the story and like you like spoil it. Like if you're like reading a page and then your eyes kind of like go down to the end of the page and you're like, oh, like why did I do that? And I don't know if other people do that or that's just me, but like, you know, when you're in like a really like maybe like action-packed scene or something, and then you're like, you want to know what happens, and it's like totally involuntary, and I've had to start like covering the bottom of the page with my hand if I know that it's like something's gonna happen that I like don't want to spoil. I'm like, okay, I have to cover this because or else I'm just gonna look. I don't know why. Sarah says I do that too, and I hate when that happens. Yeah, it's honestly awful, and it's like I have no one to blame but myself. Like, why am I like this? But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I always do it when something like important's about to happen too. It's never when it's not gonna be spoiled. Like it's never in like some scene where they're eating breakfast and like nothing's happening. Like it's always when something important's about to happen. So, but yeah. Oh, okay. So the next topic that I wanted to talk about, which like I think I'm only gonna do this stream for like an hour because I need to eat some breakfast. All I've had this morning is coffee, which can explain why I'm talking a mile a minute. I do that. Branching out with your reading. So I primarily read fantasy and romance, specifically YA fantasy. I've done a little bit of other fantasy, but mostly YA. I feel like when you're like in your early 20s, or like I probably even like through your 20s, like I feel like that's a thing for people, is like reading, like still reading YA, but I feel like I shouldn't be reading YA, but like I also don't care. I'm just like, I will read all the YA that I wanted. It's all the YA that I missed out on when I was in university. So yeah, I read primarily fantasy and romance, but I really need to branch out, like especially as a writer. Like I really want to be able to enjoy a lot of other different types of like books as well. And I do read a little bit of nonfiction. So I have a couple books that are kind of like more personal, professional development-ish, like memoirs and stuff like that. But I don't enjoy them the same way that I do like fantasy and romance. And I feel like that's pretty typical. Like it's just not the same, right? Like reading a memoir or reading, like even like writing craft books. Like I have a ton of those. But yeah, like I mean, it's just different, right? It's not the same kind of enjoyment. And like, while I do feel that there is a lot of value in, you know, in those other kinds of books, I always default back to fantasy and romance. So Sarah says, absolutely, I'm catching up on some YA right now. Yeah, it's totally a thing. Like there's just so much of it, right? Like you can't read all of that, like, you know, in the time that you would normally read. Like, I don't know, what even is YA? Like what age group is that for? I'm a young adult. Like I will be a young adult for the rest of my life, so I can read YA. Kat says, I've purposely ordered books that aren't what I normally read. Now I own them, so I have to read them. Yeah, well, that's totally it, right? And like, I feel like I'm always so scared because I'm like, I don't want to waste money on something that I won't read. But at the same time, I'm like, well, no, like I need to branch out. But I don't know what it is. Like, there's nothing wrong with only reading a couple genres. Like, there's totally nothing wrong with that. But like, just for my own like personal gain, like, and personal, like, just, I don't know. I just really want to branch out, but I don't know what to start with, right? Like, I'm just so scared to just like not like it. Like, what's a good thing to branch out from like YA and like YA fantasy and romance? Like, I don't know. And here I am being like, oh, I'm going to read Cruel Prince and I'm going to read The Mortal Instruments, like, again, even though I don't think I read through it fully the first time. Also, Cassandra Clare has just come out with like a bazillion books that are related to these. I didn't know that. I have been, like I said, my entire university career, I was away from books for that entire time. And like in that time, we now have like the Infernal Devices and like some other Shadowhunter stuff. And I was on her website this morning and I was like looking at it and I was like, what even happened while I was in my reading slump? Like I had no idea that all of these books were coming out. Like it's honestly insane. I keep like sliding down in my chair. I feel like I'm getting like lower and lower. But yeah, so I don't know. I really need to branch out. But Diane Marie says, I've read almost exclusively Stephen King books for years. I'm branching out to the classics, sci-fi, and everything else. That's super interesting to read exclusively Stephen King. Are you like you're a fan of the horror kind of thing? Because I have a couple Stephen King books here. I really liked Cujo. It's like a shorter one. I thought it was really good. It was really scary though. Like I'm a wuss. Like I don't like scary movies or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I have The Stand here. I haven't read it yet. I'm putting it off. I think I've had it for like a year. I swear. I'm too scared to start it. It's like 1,500 pages or something. Kat says, I started initially looking at fellow authortubers books, one supporting them, and two, it gave me it got you into new genres. Yeah, that's totally fair. I actually, if any of you follow Sarah Sutton on authortube, she just released her like a novel on the 16th of June. It's called Out of My League. I actually read an art copy of that. It did not branch out. It did not make me branch out because it's a romance novel, but it's honestly so adorable. It's so wholesome and cute. So you should go check her out because she's awesome. But yeah, that's totally a great way, reading other authortubers books, because honestly, I feel like that's what this whole community is about, just like supporting each other. And I really just love this community. I was so scared to start. Like, I literally just started authortube/booktube like a month ago, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go, like whatever, but I just kind of like dove in, and everybody has been so great. And I think that like supporting people in this community is so important, and like that's literally what it's all about. Like, people always say writing is such like an isolating and like it's such like a lonely endeavor, but like not, it isn't, not when you do things like this. So honestly, it's just been so great. Diane says, huge Stephen King fan. Cujo is great. Yeah, I honestly thought it was so good. Like, it was low-key so scary though. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm really scared to start The Stand, and like, yeah, it's, you know, it's something that I've been putting off, but I guess that's a way to branch out, because I mean, that's not something that I would typically read. So Kat says, writing doesn't have to be lonely. You just need to find a community for you. Yeah, that's totally fair. Like, this has been such a great experience. Like, I love authortube and booktube right now. Like, right now. I mean, it's like, and I've watched booktube for a long time, not authortube, but I've watched booktube for quite a while. And yeah, I mean, gosh, the book recommendations you get from booktube were just crazy. Like, so many. But yeah, so like branching out is definitely something that I've been trying to do and failing at, because guess what? I'm still reading YA fantasy, but once I finish the Throne of Glass series, I think I'm really going to get to start branching out. Actually, that's a lie, because I'm going to order Cruel Prince, but I have Assassin's Blade on the way, which is another one. It's the prequel novels or like novellas to the Throne of Glass series. So yeah, I mean, I got a while before I completely branch out, but yeah. But anyways, I don't know. That's pretty much all I got. I thought I had so much to talk about. I guess it's been like an hour. That's actually pretty good, but I literally had like 2 sips of my coffee. Didn't I not like the Throne of Glass series? No, I love the Throne of Glass series. I just did a video about it, actually. I titled it like Throne of Glass rant though, so that might have been why, but it was a good kind of rant. I freaking love Throne of Glass. Like, I'm honestly so obsessed. It's like, what didn't I like? Yeah, like Six of Crows was like a tough read. Foundry Side. So I was just reading Foundry Side. Has anybody read that? Like, is Foundry Side actually YA? I don't know if it's YA or if it's just like regular fantasy. Sarah says, I thought you mentioned earlier that you didn't like it. No, I'm honestly like in love with it. It's like, it's one of my, like, Sara J Maas is honestly, I just like am in love with her right now. But yeah, if anybody's read Foundry Side, that was one book recently that I was really, really disappointed in. Like, it was just, and again, like, that was me kind of trying to branch out, except it wasn't, because it was still fantasy. But like, I was trying to branch out, and I didn't necessarily dislike it, but I found it to be like pretty confusing and not super enjoyable. Like, I honestly found it, like, I honestly felt like I was having to take notes during it, because I like didn't know what was going on. But yeah, no, I cannot give Throne of Glass enough praise. Like, Sarah, does that mean you've read Throne of Glass? Because if you have, when did you read Assassin's Blade? I feel like I've asked this like so many times in like videos and to people, but like, I don't know when to read it. And oh my gosh, what is my hair doing? But I haven't read it yet, because I thought when I started the series, I thought it was like the kind of prequel that comes out like after all of the books are written, but it didn't. It came out like in the middle. So I'm not sure when to read it. Because, oh my gosh, there's like 7 people on this stream. I'm so excited. There was like 2 in the beginning, and now there's 7, and I'm just like, yay. But also, I got to like 80 subscribers this week, and I'm like so excited. Sarah says she read Assassin's Blade after the 3rd book. Oh, good. Okay, because I have the 3rd book right here. Very excited. Aren't these just like the prettiest thing ever? Like, I just like love these books. Also, why does she have white hair? Like in the books, it always describes her hair as like golden. This is not golden. This is like white silver. I'm so confused. Like this is not how I imagine her looking at all. It's a prequel, so you can read it whenever. Yeah, like so I wasn't sure, but people said it would help me, or like it would help like understand and like, but whatever. I don't know. A lot of people said you should read it in the like at the beginning. Which I didn't. So, okay, I think I'm going to read it after Heir of Fire because I cannot have this book sitting here and then have to order Assassin's Blade and wait for it. I will not be able to keep my hands off this book. So, yeah, I haven't finished KOA. What is KOA? I'm trying to yeah, I have no idea. I can't remember all the names. It's a prequel, right? Oh, congrats on 80 subscribers. Thank you. Yeah, I was super excited. Oh, Kingdom of Ash. That's the final one, right? That one like came out not that long ago, actually, I don't think. I don't know. When I say not that long ago, it was probably like a year ago, but it's the last book. Yeah, I'm actually, that one looks like it's gonna be pretty thick. This one I was really excited because I think this one's like at the 500-ish page mark, and the other ones were a little bit shorter. But you know when you read it, this is bigger. It's like 565. So yeah, that's super exciting because the other two were a little bit shorter and like I just like powered through them and then they were done and I was so sad. But this one's a little bit bigger, so it might take me a few days. I'm probably going to start and finish it this weekend, to be honest. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog of it. I don't know. I struggle so much with vlogs. Like I just posted a like, what is it called? Like a writing vlog. And I feel like I'm so uninteresting because I just like sat on my desk the whole time and I was like in different outfits because it was different days. But it's like I can't just like walk around my apartment because like I feel like there's always just like it is not presentable enough to be doing like a vlog where you like walk around. And I'm like, what do? I walk from like my coffee maker to my office and then I write. That's it. That's all I do. So but yeah, anyways, I think I'm probably going to end the stream here. I'm not really too sure how to end this, but I don't really have anything else to talk about, but I feel like I should keep this going longer, but I don't know. Oh yeah, you know what? I did have a thing. I said I was going to talk about tropes in this, but like, I feel like I'm not prepared enough to talk about tropes, but if you want to talk about tropes, what is your favorite trope? Just like in general, because I mean, I have a few ones that I like, but I don't know if I have like preferences. Like I have a lot of like romance ones that I like. I mean, like enemies to lovers is good. Friends to lovers is good. Love triangles are great. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video on tropes, but then you just do a second live stream at a later date if you're ready to talk about them. Okay, well, fair enough. So I think that's it. I mean, I've been talking for an hour. I need to go eat some breakfast, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. It'd be so exciting to have you, and yeah, I will see you in the next video then. Bye.